title, Ignite Them or Lose Them. Svein, Harald, Røine, are you ready?
I am ready. Thank you.
The floor is yours.
When my son was 6 years old, we went to the mountains in Norway and we climbed a mountaintop. And on top of that mountain was a cairn or a pile of stones. And my son said, "Dad, look at me." And he climbed the cairn and said, "Ta-da!" Have you seen kids do that? What did he want? He wanted to be seen. He wanted to be acknowledged. He wanted to be appreciated. But from the age of 10 and above, it's not that cool to say, "Ta-da!" when you're proud of something. Imagine a 15-year-old girl taking out of the dishwasher on her own. Ta-da! No. When you, as a leader, are proud of something that you have done, do you do this? Ta-da! No, you don't. But we all have these ta-das inside. And it is your damn duty to see other people's ta-da. As a leader, to see other people's ta-da. The most important need for human beings, after we have covered our basic needs for survival, is to be seen, to be valuable, to be acknowledged. Raise your hand if you are good at praising. Okay, raise your hand if you're good at receiving praise. When I give my talks, I get approximately 15% saying that they're good at praising and only 2% good at receiving praise. In the Nordics, we are so bad at praising that the rumor has it that when a Nordic person is praising another Nordic person, it's uncertain who suffered the most. So why is this important? There was a study in 2017 by Office Team. And in that study, 63% said that they would probably leave if they were not acknowledged or seen. That was up from 51% in 2012. And the reason for that increase were the millennials. 76% of millennials said that they would probably leave the job if they were not appreciated or seen. And millennials and younger generations are pouring into the job market, and those numbers are increasing. So if you don't ignite them, they will leave. What can you do to prevent this? And I have two tools that I would like to share with you. The first tool I call speed praising. Praising is a skill, and you have to practice. You have to practice. I had a workshop with 30 leaders in a big organization, and they were asked to praise each other. All of them should praise the rest of the group. And they were standing in two lines and facing each other. And when they started to praise, that was an awkward moment. You could feel that they were uncomfortable. And they were standing there with the notes in their hands and trying to praise the other person. But when they have finished praising 4 or 5 people, something magical happened. They threw away the notes. They started to look the other person directly in the eyes, and they started to praise from the heart to heart. And you could feel the atmosphere in the room change completely. They started to laugh, smile. You can feel the warmth, the love, the empathy. So when we were finished with that workshop, all of them had overcome the hurdle of awkwardness of praising. So I recommend that all management teams put speed praising on their agenda on a regular basis so that they practice to praise. The second tool is domino praise. That is a way to build a praising culture in the organization. In every management meeting, I propose that you put domino praise as the first point on the agenda. And the chairperson should ask all the other managers to mention one person in their team or in their organization that had done something great, performed well, achieved something since the last meeting. And he should ask, or she should ask, what did that person do well? Why was it good? To put it in a bigger context, and then tell, how do you feel about that achievement or performance? When this management team leave that meeting, they have a group of people that they are going out to praise. And especially the CEO or the chairperson should actually go directly to each person that has been mentioned and praise them. And imagine, what do this employee talk about when he or she comes home over dinner table? Of course, the praising. And this way you build a praising culture in the organization. But there is consequences if you don't praise and see other people. My daughter, she had a friend that she grew up with that was in and out of our house all the time. This was my daughter's alibi for not having a tidy room, because this friend always had an untidy room. This is the way kids' rooms or girls' rooms are, my daughter said. But one day, Anna was her name. One day she decided that she wanted to clean and tidy her room completely, a whole day project. And you probably experienced that as yourself, or had some, or your children try to surprise you by cleaning the room. So Anna took all the dirty laundry that was in her room and put it outside her bedroom door. She cleaned the closet, put on the bedspread. She washed and cleaned everywhere in the room. She vacuum cleaned the floor. And at the end of this project, my daughter visited her, and my daughter has always had a lot of empathy and has been very mature for her age. And when Anna was finished, she was so proud. Her eyes sparkled. She was full of tada. And she shouted, "Dad, come and have a look." And you could hear the dad coming down the corridor, and he opened the door to the bedroom. And when he opened the door to the bedroom, he saw the dirty laundry outside the bedroom door. "You damn well better carry that dirty laundry to the bathroom yourself," he screamed and slammed the door. He didn't see her tadas. And my daughter said that the stars in her eyes faded. And you have probably experienced that you have seen something that you were annoyed about and you have exploded. That's normal. It's human. But this was the norm in that family. And that might be the reason why she was the first to start to smoke, first to start to drink, to have sex and try drugs. When she was 14 years old, she hung out with guys that were 10 years older. She was not seen at home, so she found other arenas to be seen. A friend of mine that has been in and out of jail over his whole life, he said, bad friends are better than no friends. And you as a leader might not know what is happening in your employee's life. They might go through a really rough time in their life. Maybe the time that they spend with you at the office is the best time of the day. You have to see them. You have to catch them doing something right. This is your superpower. If you don't ignite them, you'll lose them. And you have probably experienced that you weren't seen when you did something that you were really proud of, and you were full of tadas, and maybe your parents didn't see you, your friends didn't see you, your boss didn't see you, your colleagues didn't see you. And what I want you to do is to show everyone here all the tadas from you were 10 years old and up till today that no one saw. And what I want you to do is to get on your feet when I tell you to. And I want you to say the same thing as Tigger in Winnie the Pooh says. And he said, once in a while, someone amazing comes along. And here I am! Ta-da! 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 Are you with me? On your feet. Ready? Once in a while, someone amazing comes along. And here I am! Ta-da! 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 Fantastic. Please sit down. We all have a pilot flame inside. And you as a leader can ignite that power, pilot flame, make it shine big and bright and beautiful. You can also blow it out. What will you do? And I hope that your mission as a leader is to be an igniter, so that you can ignite other people in your organization and make their eyes sparkle. And I hope that you can remember this by turning to the person next to you, to your new best friend, and that you say the following to each other. My job is to make your eyes sparkle again and again and again. Off you go. Thank you. And then I would like to say, my job was to make your eyes sparkle again and again and again. Because if I didn't ignite you, I would lose you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much for those leadership sparks. Thank you. Oh.
No.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Thank you for those wonderful leadership sparks. And we have a question from our jury member. I believe Katrina has a question for you. The floor is yours, Katrina.
Yeah, thank you so much, Svein, Harald. This was really, really inspiring and very kind of simple but effective tips. One thing that I was wondering is that many times I see young professionals learning and they're really excited about everything that they do. And many times, of course, then what you do, it's totally kind of something that maybe they should have not done. So how to acknowledge this tada and at the same time maybe gently direct them into the right path?
Oh, well, honestly, I think that when we are praising other people, of course, you should praise them and be honest and straightforward. But it's really important also to be open and honest about feedback when they're not performing well. But I think the most important thing in order to convey your feedback that they might feel is negative or something is that they know that you will them well, that they know that you want them to prosper in their job. So if they feel the trust in you, that whatever comes from you, that comes from love, you can say anything. And that's why in families, the people you talk and are most directly to is your maybe spouse or family, because you know there is a love at the bottom there. So I think if you can build a relationship where you have this trust and love as a foundation, then you can give them feedback in everything.
Great. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Svein. At least from my part, you have given me great sparks for my discussion with my daughter about her room this evening. I want to thank you for that on a personal note. Thank you so much for the sparks once again.